I can choose not to answer it, but you can ask me any question. On my channel, I do unboxings and Bible readings. I also do slice of life pieces such as stocking or restocking the little diverse library we have on our lawn, diabetic care. Good morning, TJ. How you doing? I have not had my coffee. Oh my goodness. I've had like a cup of water is all I've had this morning. And I woke up early. There's no excuse for it. What are you doing today, TJ? Anything special going on? I know the drone meetup is soon, isn't it? Did you all have it this past weekend? I should know that because the drone meetup is in South Florida, and a lot of people probably come. A lot of people come through Jacksonville from up north. I don't know. Maybe I should meet some more of you guys for lunch. I met Dennis Lovelady in person. We went to Waffle House when he was coming through one year. Okay, it's this coming weekend. Awesome. Good morning, Jessica, Dumpster Girls. So good to see you. It's a QuesDay, and you can ask me any question. If it's too personal, I probably won't answer it. But you can ask me any question. The most intriguing question I've ever gotten on QuesDay was, do you read the Quran? And I don't currently read the Quran. I would read the Quran on my channel if I had one and it was in large enough print. I would quote from it. I don't have any problem with that. And Tooch Man asked me if I like pineapple on my pizza, and I do. I love Hawaiian pizza. So those are the two questions I remember. Oh, somebody asked me how old I was, and I did not answer that question. Well, is it what town is it in? I've forgotten. I'd just rather meet some people for lunch on their way through. That's more my speed. Have like a mini meetup in Jacksonville at a restaurant or something for people traveling through. Of course, I know there are people coming from the Tallahassee area, and well, a lot of people will be going down the Gulf side if they're coming from up north or from the Panhandle. Jensen Beach, yeah. That's down there where Captain Ray is, right? Yes, I'm 25. How'd you know that, Jessica? Have you been trolling me? Oh, I feel like 25 some days. I remember being 25. When I was 25 years old, I was actually graduating from college. I had a Z24 Cavalier. Oh, no, well, see, this is March. So I can't remember what month of that year. I traded in my Z24 Cavalier for a Volkswagen Fox. And I graduated from college that May. So there was a lot going on when I was 25. I had to work for the post office to get my way through college. I had to pay my own way through college. My parents never paid a dime, even though they paid for my brother's college because they were sexist. And they just wanted me to get married and have children. That's all they wanted for me. But I ended up graduating from college. Did you arrange that, TJ? Was that all part of your plot? But I know, how many miles is that from Jacksonville, though? Because Florida, I think it would take me like 12 hours to get to Key West. How far north of Key West are you? Maybe that would be a better question. But, I don't have a drone. I bought a toy drone one Christmas, and I never took it out of the box, and I don't even know where it is now. I may have given it to the veterans, Vietnam veterans, and may not. It may be in a box in my room, and it may have been stolen. I don't know. When there was another person that lived here that had a lot of people in and out, and they stole stuff. And that was unfortunate. So sometimes when I think about stuff that I've had that maybe is in a box somewhere, it might be gone. It just absolutely might be gone. So, because sometimes I'll get in a mood and I'll purge and I give things away. But, I know things have been stolen too. Somebody, well, I'm not going to say who, but somebody tried to take the antenna off the corner of the garage. I went out there. He wasn't expecting me to come out, and there he was with the wrench in his hand. He's like, oh. And then after that, he didn't come back because, I could have called the police on him. Oh, okay. Well, nobody's going to ask me a question. Now that just sounds so posh. Riviera Beach. Sounds like I need a Mai Tai and, massage. But, people don't realize when you live in Florida, you don't go to the beach every day. You're not sitting by the pool every day. You just, you always still have to deal with traffic and, work and hunting and gathering things just like everybody else does. We just don't ever have to do it in the snow. It did freeze a couple of times this year, but we don't have, do you have iguanas there, TJ? We don't have iguanas here, that can fall from the trees when it freezes. Have you ever seen that in person? Everybody talks about that every year when it gets cold in Florida, the iguanas falling from the tree. But Jessica is a dumpster diver, which I appreciate. She saves things from the landfill, and that's very honorable. I know that her children have gotten flack from their schoolmates about Jessica being a dumpster diver, and that's just ignorant because Jessica and others like Jessica are saving the planet one dumpster at a time, because all that stuff is just going to go in the landfill if it's not saved. And I'd rather much see Jessica and her family and her friends or whoever she donates it to benefit from all those things, instead of them causing more carbon emissions while they're rotting in the landfill. I buy things at auction. Well, I bought from Jessica before when she was first starting out and selling. I don't know if she sells anymore, but, and I knew that almost all of it came from a dumpster, and I didn't care. It was clean when I got it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard of it happening in Miami, but it's like everything happens in Miami. I saw a video yesterday of a young lady in Miami. It was downtown Miami, and she was in front of this car, and she was screaming. And the car kept going forward with her in front of it, and the person had hit her Tesla. That's what was happening. She'd hit her Tesla. Yes, absolutely. And I have all kinds of stuff that people would just throw in the trash. Statuettes, and, when people go to clean out grandma's closet or curio shelf, sometimes they'll throw things like this away, this cute little bell. This came from Stephanie from the Grove Bargain Emporiums. See, it's got a praying hands on it. So a lot of people don't like religious stuff anymore. Good morning, Tooch Man. And they would just toss this. And it's the cutest little bell. But Stephanie's grandmother's still living. And so she's selling some of Grandma's stuff right now to benefit Grandma, who lives out on a farm, literally, in Kansas. I don't know if her name's Dorothy, but yes, absolutely. Ketchup and mustard and onion, or onion and butter, but I definitely do ketchup. And I like to have my favorite hot dog is butter, onion, mustard, chili, and coleslaw. Now that's what they call a West Virginia dog. And I actually lived around a corner from a hot dog place before I moved. Well, actually, they went out of business. But I would go in there, and I went in there and I said, I want a West Virginia hot dog. And she's like, what is that? And I explained it to her. Now, the coleslaw she made for it was a little bit different than what we would have made back home. But, you know, instead of long, stringy pieces of the cabbage, it was like more like square or cubed cabbage. But it was very close to that. And you're welcome, Jessica. I really do appreciate you. And you always share people out. And you're so nice to everyone. And I love how you come in. And when you're in a chat room, you say hello to everybody. And not every chat room has people saying hello to everybody. I used to do it all the time, but I've had vision problems. And unfortunately, I cannot go to an auction anymore and stay the entire time. I have to be in and out, and I don't know at what point in time I'm going to get a phone call, or I'm going to get a text, or I'm going to get an important email, or Marty needs to check their blood sugar, or, you know, I mean, it's just squirrel moments from one moment to the next all the time. And at any point in time, somebody can come up and start talking to me. At any point in time, somebody can knock on the door. I have a delivery day, and on that delivery day, you know, I've got people coming in and out. But anyway, the lady at the hot dog business was nice enough to, you know, cater to me what I wanted. But she didn't change her cabbage slicing for me. I guess that was her limit, because everybody's got their limit. So, Tooch Man, you sent me your schedule, and I know you're on the East Coast Resellers tomorrow. Oh, I know where you are today. You are in the 115 slot at the Rapid Fire Round on New England Cajun Roots Reseller, and it's the first Tuesday of every month. Johnny has an auction where people get 30-minute slots, and I prefer that. I prefer that over the hump day auction style, or an auction where everybody gets a turn and you only present 3 things, and then you go back around and around and around, because, you know, that's very time consuming too, because you have to be there for the entire length of the auction if you're selling. And if you go to something like the Rapid Fire Round or a lot of these membership auctions, they give you 20 to 30 minutes each, and you're on just during those 20 to 30 minutes, and then you can go watch the auction and bid for things at the auction, and, you know, socialize with people in the chat while, I mean, some people socialize with people in the chat while they're on auction, but I don't have that capability. So I prefer the Rapid Fire Round style of auction. Besides that, I'm in Florida to auction. So all of my sales are by it now. Now, Johnny claims, and others have claimed, that if you are on auction with somebody and the host of the auction is in a state that doesn't require an auctioning license, that you're okay. I think it's a gray area, and I don't want anybody to be able to harm me. You know how the Bible says, not to do evil. There's also a place in the Bible, and I can't remember the verse, but there is a place in the Bible, I'll put it on a post later, that you should avoid the appearance of evil. And I've always lived my life so that people cannot blackmail me. I mean, I just wanted to be a good person. And even before, when I was an atheist, I lived by this because, if anybody came up and blackmailed me or tried to blackmail me or tried to say, I'm going to mention something to somebody over here about you, I would pick up the phone, I would press those buttons, and I would call that person and say, I got a person over here that says they're going to tell you this about me. And then I would say, whether what they were going to say about me was true. And if it was true, I would explain to the person why I said it or did it, whatever it was. I would go tell on myself because I would rather go face the consequences of my actual true actions than have somebody control me with it every time. So I'm not the kind of person you blackmail because when I call the other person, you're going to inform or you're trying to get me to do something because you're hanging something over my head. I would rather deal with that consequence, but it will also tell the person that I'm informing of this, of what I did in my confession. If, of course, sometimes, a lot of times, what people will say that they're going to tell on you is a lie or a half-truth or it's twisted. So when I contact the other person, not only are they going to know this person is dishonest, but they also could potentially blackmail them because they're the type of person that would do that. So, yeah, I'll tell on myself in a heartbeat just because I'm not going to have anybody control me. And I will, I will follow the rules. And now that I'm a Christian, that I've come back to Christianity, it's more important to me that I follow the rules and I have no evil in my life and I have no appearance of evil. That doesn't mean I don't sin. That doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. But I do my best to be a good person. I seriously fail all the time at it, but I keep trying. And I pray to God to forgive me for what I do. Do? Oh, goodness. I said do. But any that way, good morning, Bob. You ate the last slice. I knew it was you. And it was that wonderful gluten-free Hawaiian pizza. Oh, my goodness. How could you, Bob? We'll never recover. Oh, my goodness. Today is a special day. It is New Year's. It's Jewish New Year's. And everybody thought, well, Rosh Hashanah was Jewish New Year's. It's not. Well, no, Rosh Hashanah is Jewish New Year's. But guess what? There are 4 Jewish New Years. And today is the first day of Nisan, which is happening to fall on the first day of April. And that doesn't happen very often. And also Easter and the last day of Passover, which is actually funny because it's on April 20th this year, both of them. The last day of Passover and Easter are on April 20th this year. So we're having some rare occurrences in all of our holidays. All right, Jessica, you have a wonderful day. But the Jewish New Year that's today, now I might get this wrong, is Rosh Chodesh. And it is first days of Mount Sinai, and all the princes of all the tribes brought forth sacrifices to the temple, each tribe, and for 12 days. This is a 12-day celebration. You can't be Jewish and not overdo a holiday. I'm just saying. But anyway, all the princes would all bring sacrifices for each day. And today, to celebrate, all the people of Israel that observe Jewish holidays, because not everyone Jewish follows the Torah, but the one, because it's genetic, it's not just religious. So anyway, the people that do follow the holiday say the prayer that includes what each prince brought each day. So the first prince that brought an offering, they will say that prayer today, or they said it at sundown last night, because their holidays start at dawn. So their day starts when the sun sets on their holiday observations. So really, we're on the second day of Rosh Chodesh. Now, I'm probably saying that wrong because the CH is different in Hebrew. But anyway, today is Jewish New Year's for that. I know you all wanted to know that. But anyway, I read the Torah on Sunday at 5 p.m., and some people find my readings neat. I was a Christian when I was young, and then when I came back to Christianity in 2020, I was, I was very ignorant of what the Bible said. And when I was young, I was the kid that always got the Bible quizzes and won the, trivia awards at church. I was very considered well versed when I was young. Of course, I forgot some of it, but, there's no way I forgot all of this. I think there was a lot of the Bible reading selections, I think, at my little Baptist church at home were somewhat limited. I don't think that there was not a lot of emphasis on the Old Testament. Most emphasis is on the New Testament, and I agree with that philosophically. But oh my goodness, so much knowledge about God is in the Old Testament, and I'm just really getting in tune with it now. But anyway, I guess hopefully I'll be able to come by and see Bob today when he's fishing. I really like to do that. But I'm going to have some extra readings, from the Torah and actually from the Catholic Bible. I'm going to read some from the Catholic Bible for Passover. So I know that seems strange, but it's okay. Because I believe that we were all brothers and sisters, whether we're Catholic or Protestant or Jewish or even Muslim, because we're all descended intellectually, spiritually, some by bloodline from Abraham, and that we should all get along. And that's a tall order, but anyway, I'm a Protestant, and I read from the Apocrypha, from Catholic versions of the Bible. And, I hope that I have people out there that are open-minded enough in their Christianity, in their Protestantism, that they'll listen to the Catholic point of view and the Jewish point of view and the Islamic point of view. If I ever get a Quran, that person that came in that asked me if I read the Quran, I said, send me one. And they haven't done so. They have not sent me that Quran. I don't know if I'm sure I could find a Quran in Jacksonville, Florida for sale, or I could order it from Amazon. But I think I'll just wait a little while longer to see if somebody will send me one. Because it's like, that's something really extra in my life. I respect it. They have a book on Mary, and they have a book on Jesus, and they accepted Jesus as a prophet. So, I'd be interested to read what the Quran says about Mary and Jesus, and any of the other people, especially, if you live on a planet and there are a billion people that believe a certain way, there are over a billion Catholics, there are over a billion Muslims. I want to know what they think, because we all have to get along. And a lot of it boils down to those religious differences is why we have wars. Now, we also will have potentially wars with China in the future. And China is actually allowing for people to convert to Christianity, and they're not being executed right now. They are locking up Muslims, however. They have like concentration camps full of Muslim people there. So they still participate in religious persecution, but they are allowing Christian churches now, which I'm really surprised about. Good morning, Angela Isaac. How you doing? Jessica already scurried off to do her morning things, but I was so glad to see you. And I enjoyed hanging out with you guys last night. Angela and Stephanie, Unimagic Stephanie, and John Lucas, John, a.k.a. John the Reseller, had a hangout last night. Well, I had a little cry this morning because of corporate greed, but I'm recovered from it. I guess I just should accept the avarice and greed of the human race and go on. And but you know, I told you all last night that I'm instigating a lawsuit against someone, and it's about something that happened with one of my family members. It has nothing to do with anybody at YouTube. As soon as I said that, I thought, you know, because there are people on YouTube that are suing each other, that have taken each other to court. And it has nothing to do with YouTube or anybody on YouTube. As far as I know, none of these people have YouTube channels. But they could, as individuals, and I don't know where their channels are if they do have them. But there's a certain level of care you expect for your loved ones, you know, and that's what that's about. So before any rumors start that, you know, I'm suing, you know, Angela there or somebody else on YouTube, I just want to make it clear. And what I said about John, you know, he asked if I was suing him, and I said, not yet. I love the look on his face when I said that. Oh, that was so hilarious. But, you know, it kind of shocked me that he would even ask, you know, like, what has he ever done to me? You know, kind of thing. What does he think that I think that he's ever done to me? But we have, you know, we've kidded around a lot, you know. And, you know, it's all well and good. I did email somebody and say, he's driving me crazy. Because before you all had the East Coast resellers and versus West Coast resellers, I had an obligation that night. And what was funny is that obligation disappeared. But at the time, I had another appointment to go to. And here John was saying I was going to be the East Coast resellers cheerleader. I almost made the East Coast resellers win because I got bad math. Of course, you know, I wasn't keeping track of things completely. Stephanie was, but in my mind, I was keeping track of things, and I made enough purchases that I thought the East Coast resellers were going to win. And yes, he is a big kidder. And I miscalculated, and I was sitting there thinking, should I buy Jennifer another milkshake? And I didn't know for sure if I should, but it ended up a tie, and I thought that was wonderful that it ended up as a tie. But, you know, I was sitting there thinking about buying an additional milkshake for Jennifer to give the East Coast resellers an edge, and I'm like, you know, I'm not going to spend another $5, you know, to do that. So because I thought they had already won, and they hadn't. They had been made for the West Coast team or a milkshake, and that's what happened. But I was sitting there, you know, especially buying from East Coast. I think I made 5 purchases that night and bought 1 milkshake. Yes, it was all fun, and you know, but I was wanting East Coast resellers to win. I really was. No offense to you or Stephanie, well, Stephanie was the scorekeeper, but any of the other sellers from the West Coast, we're all good people in the reseller community, and we all have a lot of fun together. I went to hang out with you all for a minute, and then I went to Stephanie the other Stephanie, the Gross Barking Emporium for a while. And I went by and said hello to Angie at Angie's Oddities. Angie, she, all these people having all these auctions all at the same time, go for it, but it stresses me out because Angie's Oddities really impresses me. She does a weekly announcement of where she's going to be every single solitary day on her channel. And that really helps me to know where to find her. But she unfortunately falls in auctions that I buy a lot from, and there are time frames. Tuesday is a much less crowded day, and there's Mia on Monday too. Mia from Crazy May Stash, and she sells quality items, and I didn't even go by and say hello last night. Yeah, and usually, last night there was no bingo. There was a pre-recorded video if you wanted to change your numbers, but I had been at the live session the weekend before, and I just really love it when we have this break and everybody changes their numbers, and then when we start again next Monday, it's going to be like, yay! I kind of like the break, but at the same time, I'd rather there be bingo, because I love the bingo. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm at past half an hour, so I'm going to go ahead. Nobody's asking questions. One last call for questions. Anybody wants to ask me a question? Now, Tooch Man asked me if I want to ketchup on my hot dogs. I'm good with that. My favorite hot dog doesn't have ketchup, though. It has mustard. It has onions and butter, mustard, chili, and coleslaw. And that's a West Virginia dog. Oh, I guess I should leave this on for ambient lighting and put it over here. So last call for questions. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. Should I give a countdown for the lag? Because I don't know. If you're not having an auction, what do you care about the lag, right? Oh, let's see. So, question time is over. So, speaking of, okay, this side is generic, and the other side has the addresses on it. So, this is from John Lucas, a.k.a. John the Reseller. And what happened was, John very politely sent me an email and asked me if I wanted him to go ahead and invoice me. This was, during March, this past month. This was from a sale that was in the middle of the month. And I said, oh, go ahead and invoice me. Okay, good. There's an envelope in the envelope. So I was kind of worried. Let me see, make sure there's no personal information on this. Okay, no, this is just information about the sale. This was from March the 3rd. So this was kind of like February purchases. So let me see. There's a note here from John. Let's see what he says. Myra, sorry that I messed up these postcards on my desk. I miss these postcards. I hope you have a great day, John. So here's a nice little note from John. And what had happened was to justify the postage. And I said, no, that's okay. And then I saw him on an auction either that night or the next night before he had actually invoiced me, and went ahead and ordered what's here. So this is outside the envelope. I think these are recipe cards that he just threw in extra. So that is very nice of him. But he went ahead and packaged up my order and forgot the postcards because it wasn't on the invoice. It was on a separate invoice. So then he sent these postcards to me without charging me any postage. So these are absolutely beautiful vintage postcards. And these are birthday postcards. And I think all of them have been used. Let's see. And, oh, this is beautiful. John gets some of the neatest things. I don't know what flowers those are. That says birthday greetings. Interesting. These people, they turn the postcard this way instead of writing this way. That's kind of a good idea. I don't send a lot of postcards anymore. I guess that's why they're all getting so vintagey. Vintagey, is that a word? Okay, wishing you a happy birthday, and here's a vase with flowers hanging out of it. I got some beautiful vases on the way to me. I got a vase from Angela Isaac on the way. Oh, Angela, if you're still here, here is the sugar and creamer that matches the vase that I ordered this month. So I'm very happy about that. And once I get that, it'll be in the middle here. A joyous birthday. Look at those gorgeous flowers. That's my thumbnail right there. I'll replace my thumbnail. Oh, today on Scratch and Pete in PA, I'm a semi-finalist for the drawing. And if you become the finalist, you get a lottery ticket. And then Pete from Scratch and Pete, he gives you the money off that winning ticket if you're the finalist. So I have to win the drawing, and the ticket will have to win for me to get any money. And there's a limit of $1,000. If it's a ticket that pays, $50,000 or $100,000 or $250,000, you don't get the $250,000. You just get $1,000. So, and Pete gets the rest. Okay. Happy birthday. Oh, I love these gorgeous blue flowers. I know you all have to know that I love blue by now. And actually, oh, look at this. I showed this bell earlier from Stephanie at the Groves Bargain Emporium. But you all haven't seen this unless you spotted it in the background. This is for Mark and Michael. Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale. And look at the marble blue on that. Oh, man, it's just gorgeous. So, and I'm just surrounded by blue glass. I mean, not in the immediate area, but I have lots of blue glass. So anyway, here we have some beautiful daisies. Let me see what's being said. Okay, nobody's talking. Doing an unboxing from John, and nobody's talking. Okay. So here we have some glitter. A glad birthday. How gorgeous. I love these. And some people will take these old postcards and cut them up and use them for journals and ephemera. I might put one in a journal or a scrapbook page, but I don't think I could ever cut it up. I mean, it would have to be a specific cut any of these up. To tell you tonight, this looks like the gate at St. Augustine. St. Augustine, Florida has an entryway gate to their city that looks like that. But this is in New York. Ithaca, New York. And look, this is completely unused. But tonight, I'm going to be on Susie Woozy's channel with Dawn from Dawn Southern Finds. And this is unused. These are unused. Wow, tourist postcards. This is also from New York. Geneva. Look at that. That looks like it's Florida. Look at that. Then anyway, I'll be doing crafts tonight with Teresa Yarn Again and Dawn and Susie Woozy on Susie Woozy channel. It was mentioned that Tooch was going to be on there next Tuesday, either on Dawn or Teresa's channel. I won't be at that one because that night I'm selling, or that day I'm selling on Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale with Mark and Michael. I'm selling on April the 8th. So I'm on a live tonight just doing crafts, and then next week I'll be selling. And even though the craft video will be, later than my time slot. See, this is New York. This is... Let me see. Doesn't say on the back. It just says in really small letters at the top. Maybe you all can see that. I can't. Not in this lighting. But I just want to be on about getting my sales together and my packing and all that. I try to get things out the same day. I did that when I did the giveaway at Anything Is Possible. And I got out the stuff the same day. The last 2 times I've done that. And the last sale I was in, I did that. I got it out. Then I had a buy it now sale for Marty. I sold some of Marty's owls, and I got those out that day. And I like doing that. I like getting that out that same day. Hopefully if I have a lot of sales, it might have to go to the next day. But I love these postcards. I got some postcards from another reseller over there. I haven't opened yet, Becky. And I got some postcards from Tooch Man. So there's birthday greetings. Look at that. This one's used. I think I could still send this to a friend on their birthday. You know. Somebody likes that kind of flowers. A joyous birthday. So this was a mixture of tourist cards and birthday postcards. So we got 2 more. Oh, here we have some beautiful flowers in an oval. Very nice. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of dates on here. Our family, when we used to write, I found a lot of letters in my grandmother's stuff, and they always put dates on there. Birthday greetings. Look at these beautiful flowers. It's a thick postcard. Yeah, I'm not seeing any dates on this. But, that's okay. I got Google Lens, right? I can find out when they're from. But he had put these on his desk, and he mailed them separately. And because he'd missed them, he didn't charge me postage on them. So I appreciated that. Yeah, they all are so pretty. And I can't wait to get that vase that matches those. And it seems like when I get like a set, there's Mother Teresa. That came from the Grove Bargain Emporium too. But these are... It's like, oh, I'm done with that. But, there might be additional pieces that would go with this. But these are kind of the smaller